Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green. Thank you to everybody who bought plants last week. I sold out in about 36 hours. I was very pleased. Most of you have already received what you bought. A couple things are still in the mail, and some things won't be delivered until Monday. But fingers crossed, I packed them well enough that you will receive them in excellent condition and be able to pick up where I left off with them. I wanted to show you what's in bloom today. We got Bulbophyllum medusae looking fantastic. Just one flower this year. It didn't bloom at all last year because I divided it big time, but it's already getting, it's already getting to be pretty big again. So it's been divided at least 20 times. I mean, I've made at least 20 different plants out of it over the years. I've had it since 2014. Third orchid I ever bought. Absolutely love it. Little flowers inside. I wish that I had some fruit flies or something that I could put in an enclosed like terrarium or something with this plant and see if they could pollinate it. I tried to pollinate it one year and it was like, no way, the flower parts are way too small. Right behind it, we've got Mormodia Jumbo World with 6 spikes slowly but surely pushing themselves out. And those should be blooming out. Well, this spike, the long one there, that one for sure is going to be just a couple weeks out from blooming. But we should have blooms on this towards the end of November into December. And then look here. Who's blooming? It's Rebecca Northen. This is the SVO variety that was released last summer. I got one. It bloomed for me last year. The flowers are very closed, very cupped. Smell very nice. Kind of cinnamon, ginger, lemon. Wonderful color. I love the light pink. Shape I'm not super thrilled with. And then there's another Rebecca Northen back here with how many? 3 spikes on it. Just starting to see buds there. So we'll see if this grapefruit pink is different, prettier, has a different habit than the other one. And maybe I'll be able to make a cross out of the two of them. Rebecca Northen by Rebecca Northen. Could be cool. What else? Oh, so this thing, I've had it, when I received this is Dendrochilum tenellum. When I received it, it was literally 3 little leaves like this, right? And it has grown and grown and grown, and finally, it is covered in spikes. I don't know if you can see them, but they're tiny little pieces that come off the main one. Yeah, you can see them to the sides there. Each one of those is a spike. So this thing is covered, and it is going to be wonderful when it finally blooms, which is last time it bloomed, the mother plant bloomed in March. So I don't know if it takes a while for those to get up to size, but it definitely should bloom within the next couple months. And I had a visitor over today, and he noticed on my Cattleya maxima there were some black spots, and I looked at that, and since I've had this plant, some of the older leaves have had little black marks on it like this. So I thought, well, it can't be anything super serious, or it would have spread a lot more quickly or done a lot more damage. But as I did get to looking, I noticed that there were some new leaves with this, and so I googled black spots on Cattleya leaves and came up with an article by the St. Augustine Orchid Society that described this as bacterial soft rot on Cattleyas, and it said that it's very slow moving and it's not fatal to the plant. If anything, it's just kind of something that doesn't look that nice. So I sprayed all the surfaces of all the leaves with Physan solution, but I think that's all I'm gonna do for now. Again, the older leaves, these are some of the original leaves that I got, with the plant, that came with the plant, and there's just a few little spots and streaks, so I'm gonna just watch it. I don't think it's anything major. Let's see, this Cycnoches cross Richard Branded by Milana's Song has got 1, 2, and then it looks like a third little spike here as well. So very impressed with this guy. I'm not sure how many, if they will actually grow out and bloom, but just the fact that it's trying to put out 3 spikes on its first, as a first bloom seedling, is pretty impressive. I would really like this guy, Cycnoches varsovicii, to bloom. I'm kind of watching those nodes. Maybe we'll see something come up. And then this one is Jumbo Cooper by Dark Swan. This one's a little smaller. I don't know if we can expect anything out of it this year. If you recently got a flask of Cattleya Rex, I just wanted to show you real quick what I do with them. So I take them out of the flask and just put the whole clump in a pot like this and leave them like this for about a month or so until I start to see new roots poking out of the leaves. And then what I'll do is just tease them apart, put them still in groups but in little clay pots like this, and let them grow on from there. You can see these. This is Inti by Cattleya, so I got these in mid-September, and they're rooting and they look pretty good still. And you can also find a nice mount and just stick them on a mount. You can see that this little guy has already started to fix his roots to the mount. This is also an Inti by Cattleya, so again, I got this in mid-September, and it wasn't until about mid-October that I actually glued this guy on the mount. And I would expect that he's going to grow roots all over that thing and get really well established. And in about 6 or 7 years, you're going to have something like this. This is actually 2 different seedlings that were glued to a single mount back in, I don't know, 2014. And here they are today. This is Cattleya Rex Unu and Nina. Now, I had some people ask me about this plant, and I said that I do want to sell it, but I'm finding that people don't quite understand that it's actually 2 plants. Unu and Nina are 2 plants. They're stuck on the same mount. I have to say that something like this, I have never seen anything offered like this, ever. The closest thing that I've seen offered on eBay, for example, is starting at a price of $1,500. And it's not nearly as good or as big as this. So I do want to sell it, but it is worth a lot. And hopefully it's worth a lot to the right person, because this is not something that I think just anybody can grow, right? This is Cattleya Rex. It's a rare, endangered tropical species with very specific conditions. And if you like Cattleya Rex but you haven't done any research on it and you don't really know what you're getting into, it would be a real shame to get something and then just watch it die over the next year. And these things can die quickly if they're not happy. So, yeah. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I have a few seedlings left after my big sell-off, so it probably won't be too many more months before sell-off number 2 happens. But definitely keeping the plants that I love, especially the Cattleya seedlings as they get larger, at least until they bloom at least once, and then I can decide if I'm going to do anything else. Okay, a couple pods on Inti, looking huge, and those still, probably won't be ripe until May, April or May. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by once again. I'm William Green. These are my green pets. Have yourselves a great weekend. Bye.